Hey everybody, it's Mr. B here. I'm fairly new to vaping. Been vaping for a couple of months now, and I've already got a couple of mods under my belt. I do love to tinker. Uh, the first one I showed you before was a 5 volt mod that I had made um, out of a cigarette lighter adapter. I'll just kind of show you this real quick since this isn't actually the feature, but I still think it's kind of cool. Um, Here we are, just modified the front of this to accept a connector. That's an 801 connector, and I just used a Dremel to hone it out and stuff till it would fit. And then I just ran my positives and negatives off the USB. The cool thing about this is that I made an extra long cord. I mean, I've got cord to spare. I've got like probably 7 or 8 feet here, and I figured I'd use it for if I'm sitting here on the couch or whatever, and the plug's way over there. Now that's when it was 5 volt. I didn't really care for the 5 volt too much. So here, let's just consider this an updated video, informational. The 5 volt was just, I don't know, man. It's a little too hot. It kind of burns up the flavor a little bit, I think. It seems to me, anyway. So I opted to put a diode in here. It's I think 1N4001 diode, and that I put that in line in the power line anyway, and that drops it by a half a volt almost. And by the time I put a load on it, it drops it to just under 4 volts. So, a 3.8, 3.9 volt is what I have now. And I also did that because I want to be able to use my computer as a power source. So, that's what I did. And in addition to that, I also use low resistance atomizers and 2.5 ohm, and that's pretty good. It's just a little bit more powerful than like a 3.5 ohm addy, and I kind of like it. Okay, for the feature here, I was looking around in my junk boxes and things like that, and I was trying to figure out how I could make a little different kind of mod. I really want to get away from these wires and stuff like that. And I was looking at batteries and thinking, I could be satisfied with using a larger battery, and getting a couple days out of it. So I ordered me some 18650s, 3000 milliamp. So that should keep me going, but to make them fit some things, it's kind of interesting. Anyway, without further ado, this is what I came up with. I call this the little lightning rod, or we can just call it a lightning rod, and I'll show you why here in a little bit. This is a 99 cent dollar store flashlight, and I was able to jam that 18650 battery in there. It's real tight. As a matter of fact, the circuit board in there, it usually sits like back in here, and I had to move it forward, and simply because I wanted a switch, but I also wanted a master switch. A lot of people will do these mods, and they will modify the switch to be a momentary switch. And I don't know, for me, that's just not, to do this to vape is just not, it wouldn't work for me. I just don't, it doesn't feel right. My fingers don't move well. I kind of need to have a switch right there. So, in saying that, I would, in order to move the circuit board forward, I wouldn't have room for a switch, and I wouldn't have room for my connector, and I wouldn't have room for LEDs. And I thought, well, what can I do? Well, we could extend it. I'm like, well, how can we extend it? And I toyed with a whole lot of different ideas. And the one that made the most sense and the most cost effective was to use resin. And so that's what you see on there. It looks a little rough and stuff because it came out bubbly. Mind you, this is the first one that I've done. I just pulled it out of the mold about 15 minutes ago. I've been vaping on this thing, and so it's still a little rough, and I was going to try and smooth it up a little bit, but what was kind of annoying to me was all the bubbles that formed inside this thing. And but we'll work on that. And also on this switch, this was another goof up because I had a BB switch for it, and I burnt it out. I screwed up. And I didn't want to wait another 4 or 5 days to get some new ones in the mail. So I went to my little box and grabbed this little puppy and put it in there, and I just kind of made it work. It was real tough. All of my components, other than this and this, my LEDs and everything, are down, kind of pushed down inside here as far as I can go. It was a pretty tight fit getting everything in that close of quarters and trying to solder everything up. Boy, that was quite a challenge. But I'm going to work on this and improve it. And you know, if anybody wants something like my lightning rod, let me know. Like I say, I am going to work on it and improve the procedure that I use, and hopefully that will improve the outcome of what we have to look at into a more professional looking product. But I will. So if anybody's interested, I would be willing to build these for them, and haven't really figured out a price yet. But so the cool thing about this is, like I said, I wanted my master switch. So I put this on my master switch, and now I've got a light. I decided to put a yellow one in there just because. And also, you can see the green on there. When I poured the resin, I tried to take some coloring and swirl it in. I kind of wanted swirls to come out of it to show through the resin. But that apparently didn't work out too well because of all the bubbles that showed up in there. So the resin didn't turn out as clear as I wanted to be able to see all that. But the cool thing here is I got my lights. That just tells you that it's ready. There's power to the switch, and you can vape anytime. I imagine I could leave this on for a while, you know, through a whole session. It's not going to hurt it. Just one little LED is not going to burn up that 18650 battery. So anyway, and then the other cool feature is once we're all ready and we push our button, I've got a fast changing LED lights. Which I think is a pretty cool little addition there. I just wanted to do something a little different. Anyway, that's why I call it the lightning rod. There she goes. So this is also my first venture with 510s. I used a 510 sealed connector. 510 2.5 Addy cartomizer. My first experience with these, and so far not such a bad experience. Well, that's the other thing. I was trying to show you the light when I was going to do this, but it's, I don't know, there's something going on in there. I sealed all my connections and everything, and just every once in a while when I use this, the light doesn't want to come on. But it still vapes. So, well, there it goes again. So anyway, that's my new little toy. I just wanted to share it with you, and let me know what you think of it. Hope you enjoyed. I hope it was interesting for you, and I hope I didn't ramble on too much about, gee, what was I saying? I forget things a lot. So I tend to hesitate a lot, and I apologize for that, but it is what it is. All right, well, thank you very much, and that's, like I say, once again, that's Bill's Lightning Rod. Thanks.